Yes, people, big up to all of you. I appreciate you once again finding the time to join the show this particular morning. I do hope you're all doing well. A sad day for all of us, all Chelsea fans. A few days ago, we heard about angry Rantman fighting for his life after an open heart surgery. So it looks like he didn't make it through. More importantly, beyond the name, angry Rantman was a super duper Chelsea fan. Was you can say one of the biggest Chelsea fans you'd ever meet. Unfortunately, he did not survive that open heart surgery. May his soul continue to rest in peace. Um, I don't know how old he was, but he looks very young, a very passionate Chelsea fan. More importantly, we will start up today's show by again reading reading what you have to say about Angry Right Man, how you knew him. I think I learned about him after one of those awful losses under Thomas took a lot of time and never stopped watching his videos. Um, RIP and condolences to his family and friends. Yeah. And again, I'm going to say this more importantly, beyond that name, Angry Rantman. Rantman was a super duper Chelsea fan, in my opinion. Also, I do hope you're all doing well, and thank you once again for finding the time to join the show this particular morning. A sad day for us Chelsea fans. All right, keep dropping the likes on the video. We have 14 likes. Let's see how many likes we get by the time the show ends. And without wasting much of your time, we'll talk about. We have a few new news items lined up. We'll talk about Charlie Webster. Um, not too many, not too much to talk about, actually, in all honesty. But chances are we'll talk a lot about the little stuff we have to talk about. So without wasting much of your time, sit back, relax, and let's get into the show. Yes, good people. Big up to all of you once again. I appreciate you all finding the time to join the show this particular morning. I'm gonna get everything you have to say in the chat, and if you have a short or snappy tribute you want us to read about Angry Rantman, go ahead. Feel free, drop it there, and I'd be glad to read it. Let's appreciate him. He was truly wholeheartedly. I don't know what other words to use, but he was a super duper Chelsea fan. If you've ever seen one of his videos, even one alone would be enough to convince you how much of a super Chelsea fan he was. Yeah, a sad day for us all if you knew who he was. We move on. Not moving on from the topic. It's important. We're going to stay with it on that for a while. Let's see your tributes to Angry Rant Man in the chat. I'd be glad to read it. And Cold Ice Palmer CFC, Brianni Yahayu, aka Jackson FC, Vivella FC, Porch. There's something else he said. You changed your name too many times that I actually can know recall all of them. But it's all good. Let's see. Just give me 1 second here. I want to change something. Yeah, let's see what else you guys have to say here. Yep. Rest in peace, Angry Rantman, a true blue who was vocal against Porter and Porch, vocal against anything, and anything that's not favoring Chelsea. He loves the club so much. It doesn't matter who you are. If he feels like you're the fault and he decides to make a video about you, wow, if you watch that video, you'll be moved. You'll be moved at, more importantly, how passionate he was. Yeah, indeed he was. Let's see, keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes that do go along with 15 likes, and we are 18 minutes into the show. Let's see if we can get it to 80 likes. It's a shame. We're talking about angry Rantman right now. We're not going to switch topic until we say, yeah, it's time to switch topic. To switch topics. Vic said thought he had a successful open heart surgery, but after that was a fighting for his life. We were told a few days ago. It turns out, yeah, he didn't survive it. Unfortunately, yeah, he was a very unique. In his case, it wasn't for clicks, does nothing for clicks, does it passionately. And when you listen to him, whether you're for or against him, you know that more importantly, you're listening to a true Chelsea fan. Yeah, just give me uh one a second right now. Um, 1 second, please. I'm messing up a lot of stuff. Yeah, I'll be with you in a minute or so. And I'm gonna keep reading until that is ready. Give me 1 second here. I was where was I? Here. Um right, let's we have here, and from keeping it a real Chelsea, my bro. I hope you're doing well, and I appreciate you finding the time to join to join the show this morning. I'm glad I'm seeing something that's making me laugh. R.I.P. Rantman, the passion, a vision, and aggression. Wow, you must be a good writer, and I like that. Thank you so much for writing that, and I appreciate it. He was all those things. Yep, he had it. Wasn't for clicks. Everything he said about Chelsea all came from the heart. You could sense it yourself. I think we have one of his videos. We'll try to read something from Dubious, CFC Dubious, and it has one of his videos there. And I think Dubious won't have an issue with us playing that. Rest in peace, Rantman. Big up to you too. Thank you, Coach, for informing us of this saddened news. And you were the one of the first that talked about it also, and I did see the news. Saddened news, indeed. It's heartbreaking if you knew him. R.I.P. Rantman, rest in peace. Yep. Unfortunately, it is the truth. But nice to see you, Kim. So I hope you're doing well. I appreciate you finding the time to join the show this particular morning. Timmy Dial, nice to see you too. Supreme was nice to see you. Good day to you. Yep. Rest in peace. Angry Rantman. Rest in peace, Rantman. Barcelona have no money. We'll get to that in a bit. And thank you, Brianna Yohani saying, let me remind you them, coach. Yep, 343 Dilemma, Vivella FC, Contender FC, Jackson FC, Todd Poch. The noticer was the one before this one, and the Cold Palmer FC. Good luck remembering all of them. I think if I practice 3 times or a few times, I will never forget it again. But I don't know if you're paying me enough to try to do that. Even though I like to call you all those names, but Cold Palmer, called Ice Palmer FC. It's a good one. Let me see. I think we should watch this video. I think JC shared it, shared the video in the he shared the video in the panelist group. Let me see. I think I'd have to redo the screen sharing thing so that we can hear the audio when I do that. Just give me a second here. we should go. I should just share it here and then come back to the other page. So you see his other videos. I hope it has audio. I'm gonna check for us. Just give me a second, people. So we're gonna share this video. I know because of the settings of the channel, we will face an issue, but after that, I think I can appeal it. Let's just do it in honor of Angry Rantman. I'm sure all of us here, we've watched one or have watched at least one of his videos. But let's share the screen. I have to share audio so you can hear whatever or what he's saying in that particular video. If it leads to this particular video being monetized, demonetized, I think we can deal with it. So let's do it. But I'd like us to more importantly, I'd like us to read the comment that's with the video in question from Dubious, who says R.I.P. I think that's pronounced Albert Deep, or commonly known as Angry Rantman, or one of the original voices in our community that never failed to make us a smile. And beyond making you smile, in most cases, when you're smiling that you're watching his video, it's because you know that he's telling the truth. He's not motivated by whatever he was making at the time from his videos. Mainly, his videos are all driven by his passion and love for the club. You could tell that he was truthful when he was speaking wholeheartedly. So I think I like this from CFC. Dubious, which you could say that's the best tribute so far that I've seen. So let's hear him. If you haven't heard him, if this is your first time, listen carefully. You can see you see how passionate he is about. He was about Chelsea Football Club, but he leaves on. He leaves on because the videos will always be there on YouTube, other social media platforms, because he allows people to share his videos. So listen to him. If you haven't watched any of his videos before, you have the opportunity to watch one now.
There is no passion, there is no vision, there is no aggression, there is no fucking mindset in this football club. Nothing is there. What the hell is there in this football club? Tell me now. What the hell is there? There is no passion, there is no vision, there is no aggression, there is no fucking mindset in this football club. Nothing is there. What the hell is there in this football club? Tell me now. What the hell is there? There is no passion.
It's even more painful to watch the video. For those of you that didn't know, you've seen him speak about Chelsea. You could see the passion in his eyes. You could see that he wasn't faking it. You could see he was being a real out. He spoke out of love every time he made videos for Chelsea. All his videos driven by passion and his love for the club. Not you could say click bait merchants. He was for real. Unfortunately, we've lost him, and may his soul rest in peace. I just wish that the news wasn't correct. I waited. I've seen a lot of people talk about it to realize, in fact that Angry Rantman no longer with us. He's gone. So let's hear you. If you have any other anything else to say about him, go ahead, say it. In a bit, we'll be moving on. And in the middle of the show, I hope I don't forget, we'll observe a minute silence for him where everything freezes. If you're in the chat, no typing on the panel. If you're on the panel, no speaking for at least 1 minute. We're going to use timer, and then I'll bring up something to let people know we're observing a minute silence for one of us who's no more, unfortunately. Indeed, you're not paying me enough to not forget any of those. Yes, rest in peace, Angry Rant Man. It's a sad day for all of us Chelsea fans. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. I'm quite sure that the best thing we can do for him is to keep supporting the club wholeheartedly. If anything, yeah, critique the club whenever necessary. Do so objectively, and I'll tell you, he's one of those content creators that I can look at. All given all his going by all his videos that I've watched, I can say wholeheartedly, yeah, he critiqued the club objectively. He spoke the truth, did not beat about the bush. And Jude Oladipo Mesole, the CEO of Chelsea FC Jingles, nice to see you, brother. I hope you're doing well. And I sincerely do appreciate you finding the time to join the show this particular morning. Good morning, coach, and everyone. May Rantman's soul rest in perfect peace. If you want to write a tribute for him, I'd be glad to read it out. And the one from CFC Dubious, I think, is the best I've seen so far. Simple, didn't try to overdo anything, but said something that if you knew Angry Rantman will remind you, yeah, that we've lost a great Chelsea fan indeed. So we move on. We will come back to this when we will when it's time to observe a minute silence for Angry Rantman. Let's see, Vic is in the house. I appreciate you finding the time to join the show this particular morning, Vic. And then, by the way, I'm going to do a command for Code Palmer FC, my friend there, where I think I've mentioned all those names. I wish I'm able to do it right now, but I'm having an issue with one of my screens. I send in positive thoughts and lots of prayers to his family. Rest in peace. Thank you so much for that, Vic. I appreciate you saying that. Yep, keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. And if you have anything to say about Angry Rantman, feel free to put it in the chat, and I'll be glad to read it. Thank you so much for finding the time to join the show this particular morning. Let's see, what else do we have here? We'll still come back to this. This will be our main topic for the day. People that want to speak about him on the panel, when they join, they'd be allowed to speak. They'd be allowed to speak about him. So let's move on to the next item. We'll still come back to Angry Rantman. He will be speaking about him will be our main duty today, for lack of a more specific language there. Maybe that's a more specific language there. Let's move on to the next item. All right. Okay. Couldn't switch. Does that mean this one says okay? I have to reshare the screen. Sorry about that. I have to come back here and go back. Okay, there you go. We're there actually. So these I don't know this guy, what's his name, about Sudakov. If you know about him, tell us what you know about him. But this, for me, I think the reason for this particular report, they're suggesting that Chelsea are actually interested in signing him. Or maybe, I don't know, but let's read it. Shakhtar Donetsk CEO Sergei Palkin on Georgy Sudakov this summer window. He has a big chance to move to some big clubs. He will definitely move to a top European club this summer. When I was at Chelsea versus Everton on Monday, many people asked me about Sudakov. I'm not sure what to make about this particular report, but I felt like, yeah, maybe we should look at it. And that's why we're looking at it right now. So if you know him, if you know Sudakov, can you talk about him? In all honesty, I haven't followed Shakhtar. I haven't watched any of their game. I don't know him since let me just leave it that I don't know him. I watched them a lot when I started following what's his name at the time, following Mihailo Mudryk at the time. But let's hear you if you're there in the chat. Let's see anything else to read here. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. And yes, what's buzz and Vic, my bro. And the blue, you changed your logo. I nearly didn't realize that was you. But anyway, the beautiful game. Thank you so much for finding the time to join the show this particular morning, my bro. I appreciate you. You know that comes from the heart. Big up, coach. I am seriously thinking of sending that video to Todd Barley. Rest in peace. The incredible Angry Rantman. He was incredible indeed. Truthful. Wasn't a clickbait merchant, speaks his heart. All his videos, once again, I'm gonna say, driven by his passion and love for Chelsea Football Club. Yes. Let's see. We don't need another midfielder. Listen, I don't know him. Do I think Chelsea will stop signing kids? No, because that's the core of the project. But I still believe that they will sign. I don't know how old he is, by the way. So why am I even talking about Chelsea not signing kids? Um, but the truth is, I think that we will sign players to mix things up. We get to all the reports we have here one by one. Let's move to the next item we have lined up. As soon as we get done, we have to call it a day. It's if anybody else has anything else to say. Well, thank you for 20 likes. It's looking good there. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. Let's move on to the next item. Anything new to address there? And we have a Supreme Court saying where in the midfield does he play? I don't know. I don't know him. In all honesty, I'm not gonna lie to you. And Glenn comes back. You're not. We'll go back again. A legend is in the house. Legendary member of the community. Glenn 10 is in the house. Big up Glenn. And Glenn says it may not have been his intentions, but his shameless rants made me laugh. Rest in peace, Rantman. Devastating news for all of us. If you knew him, yep, you'd be heartbroken. Because I don't think he's not the sort of content creator where you'd say he is for those that are poached out or for those that are poached in. I think um, you can say he spoke for all Chelsea fans, whether you are in line or whether your opinions are aligned with his or not. He made us all laugh. Yeah, unfortunately, he's no longer with us, but he lives on. He lives on. He will live long. He will live forever in our memories. That's because the videos will be out there on YouTube and all the social medias. But Glenn, nice to see you, brother. I appreciate you finding the time to join the show this particular morning. Let's see what else we have here. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. If they should give Gallagher his contract, let's see what happens there. And we have Tanu CM RIP. I think you're better off spelling that with all caps. All capital letters. And JC is in the house. Big up JC. Rantman FC. Big up everyone. Yep. JC, thank you for sharing that video. In the in the panelists group. Yep, that was where I got the one I played for people for those that don't know him to get a chance to watch one of his videos. But if you have the link to his YouTube channel, do share it there so people can go watch it to know how passionate he was as a Chelsea fan. JC, more importantly, also nice to see you. I appreciate you. RIP. Please, if you let me say this kindly. I know a lot of people don't know when you're talking about somebody resting in peace, you use all caps. That's when you use all caps. Basically, if you go with small letters, you're basically saying "reap," and that's not the same as saying "rest in peace." I'm not saying that's not me saying anybody's doing anything wrong. I know you mean well, but sometimes pay attention to how you do that. I keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. 23 likes, we can do much better than that. We are 36 minutes into the show. Let's try and get the likes up and maybe get to 100 likes today. And don't forget, we've released 3 episodes of the Ask a Blue YouTube short series. We're recording a few, and we want to record a lot, edit them, and ensure that we're releasing at least one every day. And I'm going to be doing a lot of YouTube shots myself. Yeah, and I'm going to be doing a lot of YouTube shots myself to help the community get to our aim of 100,000 subscribers by the end of the year. And Rain is in the house. Yes, that's what we are here. And unfortunately for us, we've lost one of the biggest Chelsea fans that I've ever known, in my opinion. Shameless, truthful, more importantly, truthful. More importantly, you can say all his videos were driven by his passion for and love for the club. Not he wasn't a clickbait merchant. Yeah, unfortunately we've lost him. Yeah. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. I appreciate you all finding the time to join the show this particular morning. Yeah, Rain. Yeah, that's how we all feel about that situation right now. Let's see. Let's go, people. Let's go. Let's go. Keep dropping the likes on the stream. What has happened here? I think something went wrong here. One of my systems are messing up. I don't think I have a need for the soundboard today. It's a sad day for us, unfortunately. Let's see. Let's move on. Skip addressing the items we have lined up. We still come back to the angry rantman talk. Vic, let me ask you this question. I know you know a lot of these players. Do you know Georgi Sudakov? If you know him, can you talk about him a bit in the chat? I don't know him really. I'm not going to pretend I do, but I don't know him. So interesting one. Something interesting has emerged. And thank you to Beho for sharing this on X. Okay, hopefully that's the case. Let me read this again. This is saying that you sent a tweet. I just want to let everyone know that the rumors going around about Angry Rant Man passing away are not confirmed. Keep an eye on his YouTube community section for updates. Okay. I truly do hope that that's the case. I truly do hope that that's the case. But that was 3 hours ago. Okay, and the subsequent rumors that he's gone are fresher than what the tweet from units. Okay, I hope that's the case. So let's see. We'll keep an eye there before we do the minutes again. Before we observe a minute silence for him, let's not do it. And it turns out that yeah, he's still breathing. This year compares the Declan Rice's uh, uh, you can say productivity to that of Moises Caicedo, and Declan Rice has played more games. Yep, he's played more games than Moises Caicedo, and yeah, tackles made in total. Declan Rice has made 64 tackles. Tackles made for Moises Caicedo is 68, four more. Aerial duels one. Aerial duels success 43.9% for Declan Rice and 52.994% for Moises Caicedo. And then we have this one. Grand duels won 93 in total for Declan Rice. And then Grand duels won for Moises Caicedo is 124 in total. Ball recoveries 153 for Declan Rice, 154 just by one for Moises Caicedo. Possession lost. Declan Rice has lost a possession for 273 times, and possession loss for Moises Caicedo is 225. So Declan Rice lost more. So he outshines him in every department. And Arsenal fans are always the first to come tell us how to come tell us how Caicedo has been a waste of money. Both players, they cost nearly the same price. And he's performed better than Declan Rice. I think it's easy to conclude that Rice has done better because Arsenal overall as a team, they're doing better than us. But as you can see, numbers they say don't lie. That ground duels one is it's a delicious stat. It is indeed because it highlights a lot. Yep. Area duels one, ground duels one. Yeah, 124. That's a lot more than Declan Rice. But I'm just going to say something I said a few seconds ago. It's easy to conclude that Declan Rice is the better player of the two without looking at the numbers or statistics, if that's the language you prefer, because Arsenal, they are title contenders. But in all honesty, Moises Caicedo, he's quietly gone about his duties and has been doing well. And I can assure you, when he get a Romeo Lavia back and he becomes a sit and six, and Caicedo gets the opportunity to be himself, really be that a hybrid of 8 and 6 that he really is. I think he'd do more. He'd get even more assists because he has that defense, splitting passes in him, and he's both are good players. Don't get me wrong. But in all honesty, I would take Moses Casado any day over Declan Rice, in my opinion. But because Arsenal are they are better positioned in the table, it'd be easy to conclude that he is the better player. But I've never at any time thought that was the case. But this settles everything. Rice has not been deployed as a pure DM for some time now. Does it matter really? It doesn't matter. Not sure stats like these really tell any story. All things considered, they probably shouldn't even be compared. Heston, they differ. Rice is more of a traditional DM, and Casado isn't. So no matter how you see it, but the point is this: I think Chelsea fans jumped at this because of the fact that Arsenal fans have been they're the ones that discuss the most how much we paid for Moises Caicedo, the fact that we overpaid for him. So this is an opportunity for Chelsea fans to hit back at them. So that's more you can say banter. It's you can say it's a banter driven conversation, if that makes sense. Not really because we should be comparing them to. Okay, they are contenders. Okay. Then their fans said they wanted already last month. Oh yeah, I forgot the elephant fell off the tree. Yeah, the elephant did fall off the tree. And in all honesty, I still don't. I've always said that I don't think they'd win it. And City, it will be difficult for them to drop points again. But let's see what happens. I just want Thomas Tuchel to put the final nail on the coffin today for us, in my opinion. Please, is this statistics right about both players? It is, no jokes. If so, I'd love to know where you got it. Please, you can use. I usually use this one. Tobago share this one. This looks like I think I'm familiar with this UI. I just can't quite remember. But go try footystats.org. I think it will give you a great insight to. I like using that one, but I don't like if my system. If I'm having issues with my system, I don't usually like breaking it up because lots of pop-ups and all that will lead to us having issues as the stream progresses. But go try out footystats.org. This one I am familiar with this interface, but probably because I haven't used it for a while. I will find out for you, Joe. Let's see what else we have here. Okay. It's not an argument there. I hope we all see it the same way, which is all. But JC's comment makes sense. But I think multiple sources have confirmed that that's the case. They're not title contenders. They still are. On paper, they still are, and they play as a unit, so they're actually capable of winning it. Of course, it matters, Kuchila. If they are used in the same role, then they are required to do completely different things. Common sense, yeah. But as I told you, this is you can say for Chelsea fans, this is a banter-driven conversation. That's because Arsenal fans have been coming at us, and they signed him as a DM. That's what the Chelsea fans know. And believe me, I think his application on the pitch shows you his priority also to help defend. More importantly, I get it. He's been deployed. He operates more offensively than usual. But pay attention. His job mainly is to help stop the Arsenal from conceding. But I'm just going to leave it at the fact that this is a banter-driven conversation, and Chelsea fans have every right to talk about that from any perspective they want to. That's just let it go, because I get your point there, and you're right. But yeah, we have to, given what they said about Moises Caicedo. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go along way. We have 24 likes, and we are 47 minutes into the show. Let's try and see if we can get it to 100 likes. They say Casado is a flop, and Poch hasn't improved him. This tells you football is about results. A lot of people don't know how to watch football. Let's just leave it at a lot of fans see football on a surface level. It's as simple as that. My argument has always been that Casado can actually do more when he has the independence or the freedom to get closer to the final third frequently. I think he'd do more. Then I can boldly say that we got a gem of a DM. I don't look if we want the best of Casado, he's not a DM. He's he has more to his game, more of a hybrid of 8 and 6, in my opinion, and we get more out of him. But I've always known the talent is there. It's only a matter of time. Coupled with that legendary performance against Everton, he was excellent on the day. But Cole Palmer dominated the news. But if you understand football, you know that he and Gallagher they did very well in the midfield area. They have bottled it. I wouldn't say they've bottled it right now, but I still don't think they would be able to win it because the disparity in terms of points between them and Man City isn't too much. But the issue with them is that they still have to play Chelsea, and you'll know the history. Even if Chelsea is is the bottom table is in the 20th position in the table, if they get to play Arsenal, I think the least will most likely get out. We will get out of that game will be a draw, which means they drop 2 points. Yep, Aston Villa beat them convincingly. Moises Caicedo has now officially overtaken and registered more successful ball recoveries, 154, than Declan Rice, who has 153 this season in the Premier League. Casado and Rice are both eights who can deputize as a six in the right setup. Rice has a good and a settled structure around him, which was that's that around him, and Casado doesn't. As a six, I rate Palinha over both, to be honest. Palinha, the Fulham guy, and let me say this quickly. You just said exactly what I said. I said it's easy to conclude that Rice is the better player because he's playing in Arsenal, who are title contenders. In other words, my point still qualifies as in a more settled team, if that makes sense. So, yeah, I think we're saying the same thing there, Supreme Court. Let's see what else we have here. The effect of goals. If Declan Rice hadn't scored a single goal, nobody would question this. You could, yeah, that's another way to see it. Goals make a difference. Yeah, goals make a lot of difference. So I agree with you. Poch should utilize Casadero more. We could still see that happen, but let's see. It just for me, I get it. It's a gradual process, but he was playing week in week out at Leicester City, especially when indeed he was out injured. So it just doesn't make sense that we brought him back and he's not playing that much. I'm not arguing he should be starting every game, but I think he should be playing more. Otherwise, he's going to seek to leave the club, and there won't be shortage of clubs interested in taking him from Chelsea. For instance, during the last transfer window, I think AC Milan wanted them on loan with an option to buy. But I think Chelsea likes him. Chelsea understand how much of a talent he is, and weren't even considering a loan to. Decided not to even loan him to AC Milan. But let's see what happens. Keep dropping likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. I totally agree with you, Glenn. The effect of goals, make a lot of difference. I agree. Enzo is already injured. Jorginho plays six for Arsenal. Wright gets hypes as the best DM because he scores a lot. In the end, both were very overpriced. Yeah, I think I agree. Both were overpriced because of the desperation of the club of Arsenal and Chelsea at the time. And yeah, let's see what else we have there. And we have this they got Manchester United and Spurs too. Yep. Anything else we have here? Keep dropping the likes on the stream. To be honest, before the Burnley game, I was saying Casado has quietly been having a good. I remember you saying that. Yep, he's been going about his business effectively, quietly, and yeah, people are starting to see that. Maybe it took the numbers coming out for people to realize how good he's been. A lot of people's argument. I've heard people say that he's not been performing as a 100 plus million pounds player. Yeah, the numbers show now that he's been going about his business quietly. My only argument has always been that I think we can get more from him if he has the independence or the freedom to operate frequently closer to the final third. I believe the way Pochettino used him, this will be this will benefit him in the long run. Yeah, it's experience. It's experience. Let's see what else we have here. Let's not talk about Arsenal. All their players, they got bigger fish to fry, don't they? I think I agree. I think I agree. I just hope again. I just want the start of the week was perfect. Them losing at home to Good Evening. It was a good evening at that particular day for those who watched the game. Whose time was evening at the time. Yeah, it was good evening indeed. He smashed them. You could argue they outplayed them. Could have scored even more actually. Arsenal on the day didn't look it. They didn't look it. It didn't look as if they were going to come back. They were going to get an equalizing goal. I just hope Thomas Tuchel makes it a perfect week by putting the final nail on the coffin today. That will be. It will be an excellent week. I will banter the heck out of them. I've actually, you could say, I've produced an AI, excellent AI command to help me produce a delicious image that would define their downfall should they lose to Bayern today. I hope that happens. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. I appreciate you all finding the time to join the show this particular morning. We are how many minutes into the show? We are 54 minutes into the show, and we have 24 likes. We should be doing better than that. And we have how many people watching in total? We have yep, we have 53 people watching, but only 28 on YouTube. We can do much better than that. And Ziggy Zaga is in the house. And Ziggy Zaga, is that Ziggy Zaga or Ziga Zaga? Maybe Ziga. That's Ziga Zaga. If it was Ziggy Zaga, I'd say that's definitely a Nigerian brother right there. But that's by the way, keep dropping the likes on the stream. Nice to see you, brother. I hope you're doing well. Let's see what else we have here. The effective goals, comfortable structure around the rise compared to Casado, and the massive contributions and the flares from partners like Odegaard and Jorginho makes the statistics obsolete for Casado. Wow. What a way to phrase it. You must be an English teacher right there, but you simplified it the way you can say it'd be more understandable for people who likes listening to conversations where the language is used or at a very surface level. You can say more as simplified. Coach, I have seen Nkunku James on injury list. Where are they? You haven't, or they're there? They're there. Did that change? I don't know. All right, to you to keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. I want to be in that number. What number? Can you be more specific? Ziga Zaga. Ziga Zaga. Let's be more specific. Let's hear you. Javi was saying stuff. Yeah, I did see that. Let's see. When the Blues go stimming in. Okay, yeah, you should be in that number. Okay, I remember you are breaking down a song there. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes to go along with 28 likes, and we are 56 minutes into the show. Let's try and see if we can get to 100 likes. I mean, we can. Congrats to Enrique, to be frank. He did well. He did well. Yep. You can say the red card helped, but it was funny to see. It was funny to see Javi complaining about a referee not being competent. Yeah, welcome to our world. They've been accused of bribery. They've been accused of a lot of stuff. Ziggy Zaga, be careful. Do not use all caps. I will show you our messages if you're still listening. Do not use all caps. I will fix that. And do not use more than 3 emojis. Please, if you're listening, apologies that happened to you again. Do not use all caps. Do not use all 3 emojis. Apologies. My bro, Zion is in the house. Nice to see you, brother. I hope you're doing well. I appreciate you finding the time to join the show this particular morning. Somebody, I'm laughing because of Zaga's question. Nightbot, are you real? Ziga Zaga, don't worry. When you become a moderator, he's not going to be able to time you out. But just don't use all caps. Don't use more than 3 emojis. You'll be all right. When you become a moderator, that will be fine. And maybe if I find time to be able to program Nightbot to be a bit more lenient. Nice to see you, Nee. I appreciate you finding the time to join the show this particular morning. BCM is the command I'm looking for my bros YouTube channel. And Rain is saying, I hope either PSG or Dortmund would win. I think Thomas Tuchel could still win the Champions League. Barcelona, yeah, that's a good one. Just don't use all caps and you'll be all right. Let's see. Barcelona indeed, and I like that. Xavi got screwed by Arajo. I mean, the ref was completely fair in that. That tell him, go tell Xavi once again. Yeah, they use bribery to win a lot of Champions League trophies, in my opinion. Given what we've heard, yeah, that question made me laugh. And the vibe is in the house, coach. What do you think of the Indian Chelsea fan that died? I love him. I love him. He's one of our only content creators, one of a few content creators that I respect, that I know they are who's not a PR merchant. Always objective. His videos are all driven by his passion for the club. His listen, you should watch his videos. If you watch any of his videos, you'd come out of it knowing that yeah, that was driven by his love for the club, passion for the club, and I respect that. Very popular in the community, actually. Very, very popular. But the vibe, nice to see you. I hope you're doing well, and thank you for asking that question again. And go and check out my bros YouTube channel, Big Up Knee. People are go and subscribe to my bros YouTube channel. Link is there. Let's help him get to 5,000 subscribers as soon as possible. He deserves all that. No worries, no worries. Zaga, I appreciate you. I was surprised that Dortmund beat Atletico Madrid. Shocking. I wasn't surprised. And I don't want Diego Simeone near my club. Even if you have Messi, Ronaldo, he still play harem football. Unfortunately. Javi moaning about refs. Yeah, yeah, no compassion there. Yep, I agree with you. Let him that's him experiencing yeah, I remember Michael Ballack and I remember a furious Michael Ballack, a furious I think it was Didier Drogba, all against the same team, Barcelona. Yeah, if that makes sense. Karma indeed. Yep, it was karma. uh uh Listen, he had no right, he has no right to complain about the referee. The referee actually did well. I don't He didn't do anything wrong in my opinion. He did not. It was correct. That was pure. The red card. He was the guy was the last man. What's his name again? And the penalty was pure penalty actually. And was the guy carded actually? I think it was a dangerous tackle too at the same time because he got the guy ankle in my opinion. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. We have 32 likes, but we can most definitely do better than 32 likes. See if we can get it to 100 likes by the time the show ends. Let's move on to the next item we have lined up, people. And let's see anything else. Yeah, yes, rain. Please do not make it rain. I don't have an umbrella here. I wasn't surprised at all with the new tone the football is going with now. Tonight may turn out even more unbelievably. I think I agree. I want to again. Let's see what happens. Let's see let's see what happens. Yeah, UEFA Lona tasting their own medicine. Yeah, yep. That's exactly what happened to them. Let's move on to the next item we have lined up. We have 53 people. How many on YouTube? I'm quite sure not. Probably not up to. No, you can say yeah, 28. Around 50% plus on YouTube. Down to 24. But yep. Maybe we should go X full time because we get a lot more views there. Let's move on to the next item we have lined up, people. Keep dropping the likes on the stream. The likes do go a long way. I appreciate you all. Let's go. All right. This talks about Charlie Webster has extended his Chelsea stay by signing a new 1 year contract that extend his current contract to when. Okay, but he's a talent. I don't know him well enough to speak about his talent, but I've heard Chelsea fans talk about him well enough to know that yeah, a lot of Chelsea fans want him to stay. So good thing he's extended. Let's see if he makes it through the first team. Let's see what else we have now. Don't be surprised to see Madrid and Arsenal qualify tonight. Madrid, you could say, oh, I don't know. I don't want to say it's their birthright. They have a way of getting to the finals. And Ancelotti, a very experienced manager. Let's see what happens. But for the Madrid game, I don't care about that much. But I'd rather City not win a second Champions League. to allow us a banter space there. At least I'd rather City not winning. So I want Madrid to go through, but I wouldn't be shocked if Madrid it goes through. For Arsenal, I'm quite sure you know what I want to happen. VAR not good again for what game? Come on, Madrid and Bayern. Yeah, exactly. Those two teams. Yep. Let's see. Are you sure? Let's see what else we have. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. Yep. Congratulations to Charlie Webster. Let's see how well he does. They could do it again. I don't want City to do it again. I'd like them to lose and then concentrate on the Premier League and win it. That's what I want to see happen. Let's see them. Let's see what happens. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go along with. Let's move on to the next item we have lined up. And as I said, we don't have too many items lined up. And as soon as we get through with items we have lined up, we call it a day. No need to waste our time. Not so much is going on with regards to Chelsea, except today, sadly, we've lost one of Chelsea's, the biggest Chelsea supporter within our community, in angry rantman. Let's move on to the next item, people. Keep dropping the likes on the stream. The likes do go a long way. Let's go. All right. There was an initial report on Enzo Fernandez's injury situation. The first one said Enzo Fernandez is thinking about having a surgery for a hernia that's been bothering him for months. I think if he can, we're approaching the end of the season. He should go take care of it. And once and for all, let me expand this so we can read. Let's read more from that if it opens. So he reads, despite trying injections before every game to ease the pain, his condition has only gotten worse. So I think he should just deal with it. For me, I think we can do with him till the end of the season. The most important thing is for him to be, you can say, be ready, be part of next season's preseason. I think that will go a long way. Don't force it. In all honesty, Chelsea's medical team will evaluate him after the Manchester City game. Surgery means 3 weeks out of action. In all honesty, let's see what happens. Again, I don't want him to push it. If he has to go under the knife, go under the knife and sort the situation out once and for all. It just doesn't make sense to force it and then aggravate the situation. If you understand my point there. And Zaga saying Palmer gonna cool man. Man City down on Saturday. I think he can, but let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. I think he would want to show them what they're missing, but I don't want us to go into that game with the mindset that Palmer will be the one to help us beat Man City. Him alone, I think if he gets marked out of the game, then we're done. We have to prepare as a unit, if that makes sense. This Webster guy has been a Chelsea player from 16. From 1620, and I've never seen him in a Chelsea shirt before. Has he made his senior debut for us? I don't remember. I guess that means Gallagher and Casado in the pivot for now. I think that has a good balance. I think I'm not saying Enzo is a bad player. The manager probably haven't used him to his strengths. I think there's more to come from him. He's an excellent player. He's been one of our best players this season, in my opinion. He's had bad games, but people were easy to conclude, yeah, Enzo has always been our problem all this while because we were able to beat Everton. It's just a matter of balance, a matter of figuring out how to use him. And if he's fully fit, the manager will still play him. He will still play him. He just have to find a way, if he likes Gallagher that much, to use the three of them again in a single lineup. I think a change of structure will help us achieve that. Enzo is different. Casado will never be Enzo, and Enzo will never be Casado. Obviously, what's his name? Conor Gallagher will never be Enzo Fernandez, and Enzo Fernandez will never be Conor Gallagher. But they complement each other. They have something that they bring to the table that we want in our team. He played for the youth team, but I think he's asking about the senior team. If you're paying attention, can someone just get hold of the magic stick and Shazam Lavia out of injury? Wow, I wish we can. I just wish we can. I know once he comes back, you see how we were at the time clamoring for the signing of Casado to unleash Enzo Fernandez. Believe me, I think a lot of Chelsea fans know that the return of Romeo Lavia will unshackle Moses Casado. Yeah, pay attention to when that happens. And remember, I said that, and a lot of people have said that too, not just me. Sterling should start versus Manchester City if he's fit. That game now from now, I think it's in 3 days' time. Today is the 17th. Yeah, in 3 days' time. So if he's fit, let's see what happens. If he's fit, I think he will perform against them. Let's say Enzo cannot make it back in 3 weeks after surgery. He's better off going for the surgery. But surgeries these days, sometimes we hear surgery. In some cases, actually, some surgery they use lasers for surgeries these days. Sometimes you don't need knife on everything, but the same term language is used going under the knife, but in some cases you don't need to go under the knife. Sometimes the area of concern is targeted with lasers and it's still called surgery. But yeah, it's not like they're gonna cut him open with knife all the time. For instance, eye surgery these days in most cases they use lasers. It depends on what they're trying to get out, if that makes sense. Let's see what else we have here. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes to go a long way. Just like there is uh antimatter, just like there's an antimatter in space of a matter. Nightbot has he has Ziga Zaga. I think what Nightbot is doing, he's training Ziga Zaga to learn how we operate here in the community. I think he will he will come around. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes to go a long way. Enzo isn't the problem, clearly, but a lot of people, for instance, you should see what's his name, Minerals FC. You should. I actually hate mentioning his name because he behaved like a baby. He followed me and realized that I'm not aligned with his sort of a provocative approach, and he unfollowed me. And yeah, I don't care really. But here's the Enzo isn't. You should see his posts on Enzo's absence. Enzo isn't the problem. Quite clearly, he is not. Just poor squad building. And we had no sixes. We had no six. And after Nkunku and Chukwuemeka's injury, we had no tens. And the three of Casado, Enzo, and Gallagher was used to attempt to maintain balance. Yeah, the managing team again. We haven't had. He hasn't had too many options in terms of selecting players that will ensure we have balance in the midfield. But here's the thing: I'm going to say this: the biggest lesson, to me, probably he should. I believe he must have learned from that game against Everton the balance that Gallagher brings when he plays in a deeper position. So maybe a change of structure is necessary. But he is so obsessed with the 4-2-3-1 structure, and that's not me saying the application shows us the same. The application sometimes show it's more like a 4-4-2 or more like sometimes 4-3-3 actually. So I think he should find a way to accommodate Gallagher in a deeper position and still have Enzo as the orchestrator on the pitch. I think that will go a long way for us because Gallagher showed the importance of balance. And Thiago Silva showed the importance of balance. And by the way, I've seen some people saying Thiago Silva was poor. No, you could argue if he wasn't for Thiago Silva, we could have chances are we'd find it difficult to manage the game on today and end up conceding. Thiago Silva's approach was one of the reasons why we didn't panic towards the end of the game because he knows how to calm things down a bit. But a lot of people didn't see it in that light. They saw it as him slowing down the game. But I'm tired of explaining the importance of Thiago Silva. The only area where I'm concerned is his pace. The only area where I'm concerned is his pace. But still, even with that pace, if you go with the right structure, he reads the game so well. He reads the game so well that you wouldn't even get a chance to race against him, let alone pace him, if that makes sense. But yeah, I understand where you're coming from. But it didn't work. Clearly, we only need two of those at a time. Maybe in a even in a 4-3-3 structure, one of them has to make way. Yeah, so you're very correct. That is when Romeo Lavia comes back, who, of course, I think is the most suitable to play centrally in a 4-3-3, because for the midfielders we have right now, he's the best. He's the best at playing out. Is a beating the press, in my opinion. But I understand where you're coming from. Except it's laser surgery, but with no knife. Yeah, that's a difference. These days there are laser surgeries. Yep, you don't have to, but the language still like I'm gonna tell a story quickly. My mother-in-law, my mother-in-law had and was so much was what are they called again? The eye specialist had an appointment for eye surgery, and a lot of people, his family members, were saying, "Oh, sorry to hear that prayer." So that because they were thinking that they were gonna cut her eyes open and start doing stuff. I told them, no, these saints, you don't do that. They probably most likely, and in 15 minutes should be done. Yeah, these days. If you get my point there, Pochettino wanted the likes of Dybala. All in the board said no. He wanted the likes of Urate, Paradis, and Adams to get a six in the board. Then listen, squad building messed up. I think you're just the one. You are the one assuming that he wanted those players, and the board didn't listen. Do you remember we were told at the time? So which actually highlights the fact that we should highlights the reason why we shouldn't be, you can say, sulking up to everything we hear from the Twitter Junos, most especially. We were told that at the time that Chelsea pulled out of the race to sign Manuel Ugarte because Pochettino told them to, that we shouldn't overpay for him, and it looks like we dodged the bullet. Actually, I know we're speaking in hindsight, and some people would argue that had he been at Chelsea, that he'd be playing better than he's done at PSG right now. Before he joined the club, I'm quite sure they briefed him properly on you can say on the construct of the project, and he accepted that. So I usually, in all honesty, respectfully, I don't agree that he wanted all those players and the board said no. I honestly do not agree, but that's my opinion anyway. And JC confirms here, Coach, the news is confirmed. Sadly, angry Rantman passed away. And may he still continue to rest in peace. And in a few minutes, we'll be observing a minute's silence on his behalf. No, again, nobody is allowed to type. Nobody will be typing. Just freeze. No typing, no talking. We get to that in a bit. And please don't let me forget. Let's see. Uwate didn't even play yesterday. I think he came on, wasn't he? I think he came on towards the end of the game. Or maybe he didn't let it. I think I saw Enrique speaking with us to him on the touchline. But let's move on. I think Enzo is a massive talent and can individually impact games like Rice or Odegaard, but I am not sure as to what kind of setup would make three midfield pivots come right alive as we anticipate. A 4-3-3 structure. But if we go with the 4-3-3 structure, when Romeo Lavia is available, he should be central because for me, I think he's better at beating the press, better than Enzo at beating the press, better than Casado at beating the press, and better at shielding the ball than the two of them, in my opinion. Then Enzo, he's played a lot in a 4-3-3 structure where he's usually deployed on the left of the central guy. Conor Gallagher can play to his right too, to the right of so it's if we play with a 4-3-3 structure, one of them has to drop. They can rotate, and hopefully, if we have European assignments, that will make it easier because no player should play every game. They're humans. Perhaps the combination is wrongly selected. Maybe that has been the case. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes to come on. That's not what happened. PSC reported us for attempting foul play to bring Orate. That's you thinking that That's you thinking that's how the whole thing ended. We didn't you see the other story too? Can you tell me, Supreme was? Didn't you see the story that Pochettino told the club to not pay anything beyond the amount at the time? Did you not remember that part of the story? And we pulled out. Wasn't necessarily because of what PSG was saying, in my opinion. So I'm going with that one. So maybe we have two options. You believing that the case was that PSG. I remember that too. They threatened to reporters. But I'm going with Pochettino telling them not to go beyond the asking the price we were willing to pay at the time. So my point is this: there's no telling what really transpired behind the scene. But in all honesty, chances are I think it's believable to say maybe what you've gone for, what you've chosen to believe, is the more believable of the two options. I have to be honest there, but I'm choosing to go with the other one. Maybe it's because I'm trying to highlight that we don't really know what happened at the time, in my opinion. Goshen Singh, saying, nice to see you, brother. Respect your opinion, coach, but a very close source of Atletico Madrid has told that Atletico is looking to sign Dybala or trading Robert Lewandowski. Really, in João Felix's deal, or Dorin, okay, are also on the list. Wow, I didn't know that, but nice to see you, Saya. I hope you're doing well. I appreciate you finding the time to join the show this particular morning. Sometimes I feel the combo of Enzo Casado and Gallagher is not effective and affecting their individual flow. Sometimes when Gallagher plays in the 10 position, sometimes he's effective in terms of ball winning, but causes a lot of confusion in terms of him not be able to operate effectively as a 10. And yeah, sometimes leads to us not creating as many chances as we should be creating for lack of us not having a traditional 10 there. Big up Kuchila. I am sad and angry, right, man. He was too young to die. He died at the tender age 27. Wow. 27, really. That's really young. I'm so happy that Barcelona lost to PSG. I just hate them. Mbappe owns Barcelona at Spotify new camp. Yeah, he's already there. Again, he gets to play against them more. Again, in Spain when he joins. Uh, After his move to Madrid is complete. That story was obviously nonsense because we spent double on Casado. No, I Supreme Court, you're looking for my trouble here. You're just condemning my own perspective, and you want me to. I'm gonna keep reading your perspective there. Go away. He says it's called common sense, man. I understand where you're coming from, and I agreed. Your own perspective is more believable, and I explained why. Does that make sense now? Yeah. Unfortunately, yeah, it has. Thank you for sharing that, JC. Let's see what else we have here. Keep dropping the likes on the stream. People that likes to go along with Aston Villa striker Watkins. It could be the next Aguero. What is again? He's so underrated. It's not funny, but he's such a cold finisher, cold eyes finisher. His finishes sometimes that of you can say could be compared to that of Nicolas Anelka because he puts away chances he didn't know he's capable of putting away. Coach, just to remind you, since I'm back after 6 months and I am one of your oldest subs, yep, you're an OG here. I am a Gushan who once came on your show due to studies. I couldn't watch the show anymore. And your studies should be your priority. And tell us how's it going. I hope it's going well. I didn't forget. I did recall that name, and you should know me well enough to know that every time I see a new face there, I remember. And the fact that you preceded your comment by with my name shows, yeah, you're an OG here. Also, that led to me recalling who you are. So, welcome back, brother. I hope your studies are going well. If you're still in school, if you've graduated, congratulations, congratulations. I appreciate you finding the time to join us again. Let's see. We clearly heard We clearly heard Pochettino say he needed an experienced midfielder too. Around the time reports came out that he appreciated Paradis and KCA. It's a fact that Adams nearly came through the door. Adams nearly came to the door. That's a fact. But there's no way if you can show me instant. Let's just move on. But you get my argument there, bro. And as I said, your perspective is more believable than mine. Maybe it's just me believing. My point is just to highlight. There's so many conflicting stuff out there, and advise people to believe, to cautiously pay attention to what they believe in. Gallagher is too ineffective in that 10 role. Even at Crystal Palace, he struggled in that number 10 role. His best position is the number 8 in the 4-3-3 structure. So I agree with you. What is no? Common sense makes it very clear. Certain reports are facts, and others are club PR. I'm not going to get into the club PR argument, in my opinion, but I agree. You win. Supreme Court, you win. Remember, I said your perspective in this case is more believable than mine, and I'm not changing that. Yeah, shamefully, I agree. So let's move on now. Kachila, would you take Alexander Isak at Chelsea for who? Really? You have to make way. Remember, look at that attack now. We still have Nkunku to come back. But maybe I'll take him. But anyway, they're not selling. And then I don't think they sell him. Let's move on to the next item. We have lined up people. Keep dropping the likes on the stream. The likes do go a long way. Let's go. All right. This here talks about, let's see. I don't want this guy at my club, really. In this quoting Vince there, quoting sport. Who's sport? I don't know who that is. It says Barca are expecting offers from England and Saudi for Rafinha. Teams like Chelsea who need players like him. Who told them we need players like him? And I've said after. Okay, thank you for that. And I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this. I don't like this guy. Maybe I started disliking him after, you can say, the drama at the time when we were interested in signing him. We're hearing at the time we've put in a bid, he's going to join us and all of that. Maybe I started disliking him at the time, but I don't like him. I think Angelo Gabriel, who's on loan at Strasbourg, has more to his game than this guy. This guy's way too one-dimensional, in my opinion. Beyond my dislike for him, I'm saying this in all seriousness. I think Angelo Gabriel has a potential to become a better player than this guy. But that's just my opinion anyway. And I don't think, and who told the guy who's reporting this that we need players like him? Maybe if you want to say, if he says specifically that, yeah, we need more experienced players, and I say, let's go with that. And the Sanya is saying, Coach, realistically, can we win against can we win against Man City? And could it be a 2018 FA Cup final, United versus Chelsea again? Two classic of Premier League power horses versus each other. We can. Can we beat Man City? We can. Will we beat them? That's the question the players will answer for us on the day, really. And we've played them twice this season, and we did really well against them, and could have beaten them on again on those occasions. In my opinion, Coach, when we will have a mini silence, yeah, in a bit. Let me just catch up with what we have right now. Let's see. Alexander Isak for the striker position. I will take him if we can. I don't think we should, and even if we want him, I don't think Newcastle will sell him. They're one of the best big boys right now, and we will not be looking to sell him, in my opinion. Please, we don't want that Rafinha guy. I don't. Yeah, for me specifically, I don't think it makes sense to sign him. Rafinha rejected us, which is why we dislike him. You could argue, yeah, our dislike for him probably driven by the fact that he rejected us. Signing a winger is not a priority for Chelsea at this time, and I think it shouldn't be. I'm so happy that we didn't sign Kunde. It was at fault for the Mbappe goal. Chalobah and Wesley Fofana, clear of him. And also, you can say subconsciously, your hate for him probably driven by the fact that he rejected us. Okay, so let's do this. Let's do the 1 minute silence for angry rantman, one of us this year. Okay, I need to isolate that window to make it to do what I really want to do here. So I'm gonna do this. Okay, let's see. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. So I'm gonna do this here. Use the split here. One of them will be a timer for us. Where's the two splitter there? The two splitter is here. This one, and we want this particular window there. So I need another one with timer, 1 minute timer. I kept dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. Let's prepare for a mini silence for all a great Chelsea fan. Give me 1 second here. We need a winger seriously. Starling must go. Inex Gimfi, but yeah, bring back Angela Gabriel. In my opinion, not Rafinha. I don't think we need Rafinha. Give me a second, people. 1 minute countdown timer. No, we don't need one with music. I think this would do. The Google one would do, and we can go full screen with it. So let me isolate this. Just give me 1 second. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. I appreciate you all finding the time to join the show this particular morning. Where's that window? Be patient, people. Please, we get there. I want to isolate the timer window so we can do that. Says, yep, yes, please. A minute silence for our late friend Rantman. That's important. Yeah, we'll come back to all those comments right now. Let's focus on angry Rantman. Yep, AR is gone. Never forgotten. He will see Chelsea shine again. Yep. That's an excellent thing to say there. And he will live on. He lives forever, given the work he did. So where's the second, the two window split? This guy here. So we have the timer here, and I'm gonna go full screen with the timer. Where is it? Give me 1 second, people. Let me figure this out right now. We don't want to be seeing Google. We want it to be as clean as ever. If I go full screen here, okay, you go full screen here. It will not work. I don't know. Do we really have to do it? Okay, I think we should do this. We should give me 1 second. Okay, let's put it up here. The timer, the second screen here. But I can't go if I go like that, which means I cannot go full screen anymore. But that's fine. I think we can work with that. So F11 there. If you go F11 goes full screen, we can work with that. And then we can go. Let's do something else here so that it's complete. Be patient, guys. Be patient, guys. We're coming there. A minute silence for angry rantman. Right, a minute silence for angry rantman. There you go. We have that there. Okay, this works. Do we need? No, I don't think we need this. This isn't necessary. Let's go with this picture there. Something that has this picture. Then we know with that on the screen, we know exactly what we're doing here. Yeah, I think it would be better if we didn't need the timer. So I can open the timer somewhere else and use it to time it. Give me 1 second, people. So let's move this guy here. I'll still use the timer here to time us. Yeah. All right. So a minute silence from now we go, and no more typing, no more speaking. Just for 1 minute, and we applaud him after the 1 minute. However you want to do it, just to appreciate all that he did for the community, and may he so rest in peace. So let's go for it. 1 minute silence, no typing, no talking. Yes, thank you so much. I appreciate you all for participating. And at the same time, as you're saying, may his soul rest in perfect peace. Let's appreciate perfect peace. Let's appreciate all the work he did for the community. More importantly, may the soul, the beautiful soul of Angry Rantman continue to rest in peace. He was one of us, one of the purest Chelsea fans you'd ever I've ever known. Given his objectivity, the fact that his all the videos he made with regards to Chelsea situations, winning games and losing games, all came from a place. We're all driven by love. Much appreciated. Let's see, Ziggy Zaga. I appreciate you. I'll sort that out. Just be patient. I'll sort out the programming that doesn't allow it. That doesn't allow you use more than 3 emojis. My boss will also get into trouble. I'm still learning how to program Nightbot very properly. So Ziggy Zaga, apologies for that. Yep. Let's see what else we have here. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. Yeah. We've lost a loved one. Yeah, tell him he has to listen, right? I love that. I like that one, and thank you for may he so rest in perfect peace. I like the fact that you showing a dove. I think that's a dove there. Much appreciated. Yeah, he was a beautiful soul, a dedicated Chelsea fan, passionate Chelsea fan. Speaks wholeheartedly about the situation at the club and everything. He lives on. He lives on. He's done enough that he's going to live on in our memories. Chelsea fans, the next generation of Chelsea fans will know about him because his videos will be there on YouTube and other social media platforms. He will forever be remembered, and he will never die. He's gone, but not gone from our hearts. He will be there forever. Posterity will forever remember him. Thank you so much for participating. I appreciate you all. That's not easy, but yeah, thank you. May his soul continue to rest in peace. Tribal one number one. I'm guessing Nightbot will delete your message because you're not a moderator here. Apologies if you tried to use 3 emojis to participate by applauding angry Rantman's the job he did as a Chelsea fan, and you got timed out or. Apologies. That's because it's a machine. Nightbot is a machine. It's not a human being. And I'm going to find time to get it to be a bit lenient in terms of how he deletes people's messages. But thank you. May his soul continue to rest in peace. We will end the show by having his picture up and playing a very slow slow music to go with that. Let's see what else we have here. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go along where we've talked about Rafinha. I honestly do not want him near my club. He rejected us, like somebody said there. I think the Beautiful Game wrote something about Rafinha. Did I read it? He says, yeah, Rafinha hasn't started. I like that one. And the tribal, sorry that you were timed out. The issue is that Nightbot is a machine, and if you use more than 3 emojis, he will time you out. Rafinha hasn't started following, yeah, you know that name there yet. So you think we're okay? We're okay for now. Yep. Yep. A mini silence for our let friend, the angry rant man, and thank you to all of you that participated. I appreciate you all. We don't want Rafinha. He rejected Chelsea when Chelsea wanted him, and all the plastic Barcelona fans bullied us when Rafinha rejected him. That was when I knew. What's that guy's name actually? A content creator. I can't quite remember his name. We need a winger seriously. Sterling must go, but that winger shouldn't be Rafinha. And that's my opinion anyway. Please respect the moment of silence, withholding every form of action and reaction for the next 1 minute. Thank you for reminding people, and we did it. We did it very well. And thank you for participating, Zaga. I appreciate that. Kunde, they reject Chelsea. Chelsea rejected Kunde. Yeah, that's the truth. To Cheliban didn't want Kunde due to him being too small to be in a CBR in the Premier League. But Kunde he's actually good aerially, in my opinion. Yep, angry Rantman gone but never forgotten. He will see Chelsea shine again up in the heavens. I appreciate that comment there. That's really, really very good from you right there, and I appreciate that. RIP, the greatest of all time. I think he deserves that title actually, given the fact that given how original he is, given how everything he says comes from the heart, driven by his passion. He's not a clickbait merchant. I think he deserves that title, the greatest of all time. He will see Chelsea shine again in the heavens when Chelsea win the league and the Champions League for the third time. Wow, I want to see that happen. We need to do him proud. Anything else we have to address here? Chelsea FC legend RIP up with Viali, yep, and with the greatest Chelsea legends who are gone. Yep, rest in peace to all of them. Yep, that dove there, that touched me. And applause from Ziga Zaga. I appreciate that. Mabas also applauding him. I appreciate that. And now Nightbot should understand that yeah, we are applauding one of us. Thank you so much, Tribal. I appreciate that. And apologies that Nightbot timed you out. That's because you used some more than 30 emojis. We need a quality left wing, though we have to be shrewd. I think we have to. But let's see what happens. And correct me if I'm wrong. As much as I believe that Angelo Gabriel is a more complete player than Rafinha. I think he's more comfortable playing on the right. Correct me if I'm wrong. Bring in Florian Weiss. I like Weiss. I love him. I think he's an excellent player. But here's the thing. Although Leverkusen president, was that the president? Let me not misquote anybody. Said that yeah, they will have to sell one player or two to bring in reinforcements. Do I think Florian Weeds will be that guy? Maybe. But the fact that they will be playing in Europe for next season, I think it'd be difficult to lure him out of Leverkusen. They have a very, very good squad, a well-oiled machine. They broke a record the way winning the Bundesliga with 5 games still left before the season ends. Is it 5 games? Oh yeah, I think it was 5 games left. So they have a well-oiled machine. They will be part of the next edition of the Champions League. What is you'd have to offer him something extraordinary for him to leave Bayer Leverkusen to come to you. But I think he stays. I think he stays. In my opinion, they've arrived, and I think they're gonna stay there for a while. They're gonna stay. Will stay. They will be there for a while because now they've made it into the Champions League. They have money to spend to buy the players Alonso wants, and I'm quite sure before he agreed to stay and not leave to come to Liverpool or any other club that wants him, I promised him there will be money to spend because the more they stay there, the more money they'd make. But Weeds, as much as I love him, I don't see that happening. If it happens, I'd take it. They may well say one player or two that pushes to leave. Even Victor Boniface, some Chelsea fans, to be more specific, my fellow birth country man, I call him for the club to sign him, and I take Victor Boniface all over Osimhen because he's the more complete of the two players. But do I think they'd sell him? I don't think so. He was their top scorer before he got injured, and I think he finished the season their top scorer. I haven't checked. So he's still, you can argue, their most important asset in terms of where they are as a club right now. So let's see what else we have here. Bring Osimhen instead. I'd rather Victor Boniface, but we're not interested in him. And I'd rather Gyökeres than Osimhen, in my opinion, for reasons I've explained. I think I'm saying that he's the more complete of the two players. My first choice before was Santiago Jimenez, the Mexican international, or whom I've heard somebody tell me that he, but he could have represented Argentina if he wanted, but he chose to represent Mexico. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Let's see what else we have here. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. So let's move on from this topic to the next one. Let's see. This says also another reason why Rafinha rejected us is because Tuchel wanted to play Rafinha at right wing back. So you're one of those rumor merchants. No. Here's the thing. That's why I say pay attention to what you believe in. At the time, what I heard that I was inclined to believe or to go with or to subscribe to was Rafinha. It was always his dream to play for Barcelona. So he been rejected outright. He was waiting to see if the deal to go to Barcelona goes through. If not, he was open at the time to come to us. So let's just leave it at that. Yeah, Tuchel wanted to play him, but a lot of people were saying exactly what you're saying right now. Right wing to accommodate Reece James and right centre back of the back three at the time. Rafinha didn't like that, which is why he rejected. So no, no, but that, I have to say that's an effectively constructed narrative that it's believable. But I was paying attention to the whole thing at the time. But for me, I'm laughing because Josh just joined. We have how many games left? I can't remember. But big up, more importantly, big up to Josh for finding the time to join the show. Josh is killing me. Oh my goodness! But we've been bombarded with a load of deferring narratives. So Josh is saying, Coach, you didn't read that Rafinha article where he said all that. Shake your Mabas says Rafinha on special dive. I love Mabas, but I know he got that from because yeah, some people were saying the same thing at the time because a lot of people were complaining at the time that Toko his biggest problem was playing people out of position, and then they remember that beyond the approach, beyond the structure, that the primary role of the wingers playing in the wing back position at the time was to attack, was to help overload the midfield, overload the attacking areas, and not to defend. But yes, we do defend as a unit, which means if we're defending, everybody is expected to participate and play a role. I love this really. Mavas is killing me. But I don't blame Mavas because there were a lot of stuff you could say, and you could argue at the time we were bombarded by a lot of stories. But you go with whatever suits with what you can say, whatever that's believable to you, in my opinion. But this made my day really. I appreciate that comment. We have 7 games left. Okay, thank you. And man, we have some special fans. Gosh, you guys should leave me alone. When I saw Josh, I knew something made him say something. And there you go. He said what he said. Ah, I'm dying here. I don't have I don't have his number. But you get the joke, right? Mabas, I'm glad you get the joke and you're laughing about it. That's why we're different here on Just a Perspective. Everybody's opinion matters. And I'm happy that I followed the the story at the time very well as content creator and heard every side, everything, all the things that the Twitter journals were dumping on us Chelsea fans at the time. But I'm not into believing everything I see. I'm into dissecting and analyzing and coming into a sensible conclusion. But this really that comment by Josh really did make my day, and I I appreciate that. Took a lot of time playing Aspi at right wing back, and it didn't work. And he was too. And at times we played Ruben Loftus-Cheek in the right wing position, and he enjoyed himself. His best game under Thomas Tuchel was in the right wing back position, which I've said already, and I was preaching to people at the time. Pay attention to the application. He's not being too defensive. If anything, he's accommodating more attacking players on the pitch by playing wingers in the wing back position, which the primary responsibilities of the wingers at the time of the right wing back players, or you can say right wing wingers playing in the wing back positions was to attack, overload the midfield in the attacking areas, and he worked effectively for us. I remember Ruben Loftus-Cheek against Real Madrid; he was excellent. It wasn't a perfect approach, but it works in terms of how he utilized the players. A right wing and it didn't work and was too slow to play there due to his age. And Aspie didn't have the height to play as a right centre back at the time. Thank you, Kachila, you legend. I have heard about this news right before the start of the 2022-2023 season. And as soon as Harry Potter came, we became a mid-table club. Much love to you, brother. Then Jerry Fish Potter came and ruined Ruben Loftus-Cheek. I loved him. He's a player I love so much. He loved the club too. And the shocking thing was that under Graham Potter, uh, of all the eight we have at the time, he's the most talented, in my opinion. But we move on from that. Let's talk about the last item we have lined up. Not the last item. I think we have one more item. Is this that one there? Okay, this is here. The last item, which is the news. Let's see. It will take time before that one shows. I'm not sure why that's the case. But I'm going to sip on my coffee before that one comes up. 314 views, not bad. Yeah, the views have dropped of late. And also, what else are we looking at here? 41 likes, not easy. It's been a good show. Let me see. Where's the report? What happened to it? Okay, there you go. So, transfer talk, Barca. That's ESPN, by the way. Barca. So you can go to the website to read the full article. I'm just going to read the ad, the heading, and then the first paragraph. And you know, I'm giving them credit because you can see on the screen to read the full article. Go to their website to read it there. This is new. April 17th, a few hours ago. Live transfer talk: Barca and Chelsea to battle for Roma's Dybala. And this here, the first paragraph, that's the only paragraph I'd read here to not get into trouble. It says the summer transfer window wouldn't reopen in Europe for a while yet, but there are plenty of moves in the works and gossips swirling around. Transfer talk brings you all the latest. Okay, maybe that's not the paragraph because there's no context there. What has happened to it? Do I need to refresh it? Oh, a lot of yeah pop-ups there wouldn't allow me see it, and I don't want to refresh this thing. It drains the life out of the system. But let me just give it a shot. So the point is, I read the article. The first paragraph talks about the fact that Chelsea and Barca both are putting in the groundwork for the possibility to sign a Dybala from Roma, and he has his buyer clause. I think is around 13 million euros. That's cheap given his experience. So let me see if that has shown right now. I want to read the first paragraph for us to see. This one here, it's not showing anymore. So something is covering it. I'm not sure why. Um, so did I zoom out? Maybe I zoomed out. Maybe has led to it doing like that. Control 0 there to zoom back out. I can't see it, but the report is suggesting is that we're putting in the groundwork necessary to sign Dybala, and that Barca are also interested. They've also made inquiries, so which means we'll be battling it out with them. Maybe if we're seriously interested in signing him, given his experience, I don't think he'd mind joining Chelsea, even if it means him not starting every game. He's not that young anymore. I think if we want him, I think we should get him. Barcelona got lucky with winning La Liga last season. It was the first time in 3 years since they last won La Liga back in 2023, which was a year ago. And here's the thing, I'm going to say this. I don't trust him tactically. I know he has a very, very, very good squad, but tactically, I don't trust him. That's just my opinion. The fact that we are going for him now is proof the board failed Pochettino last season. It might even be too late. What if we get a washed version of him? No, I think he still has it in him. Uh, but he doesn't. Again, he gets injured. Should I say? Let me just go with. I think he's that sort of player that's made of glass. But it would be good to have him if he's fit. If you can get 10, 15 games out of him, that would go a long way. We just need experience. But let's see what happens. I'm not sure how truthful that report is. By the way, at this point, it's just rumors. They're just rumors. It's just rumors, so to speak. Winstanley and Stewart must be sacked at the end of the season, no matter what happens to the coach. I don't know. Let's see what the club does. Chances are they look at the performance of Nicholas Jackson, the performance of Malo Gusto. Did they all participate in the signing of those players? So let me just not go there. I don't like to throw information out of my wazoo and our followers. Imagine if we go for Luis Enrique instead of Poch. I don't know. Luis Enrique is coming across as if he's the sort of manager that he'd struggle in the Premier League. I'd say Luis Enrique is a more pragmatic version of Pep Guardiola. So maybe he'd do well in the Premier League. But I don't know. In my opinion, I haven't started looking beyond Mauricio Pochettino, and that's because I'm not sure the owners will let him go. And Stewart should go away. Let's see. And with that, people, I appreciate you all finding the time to join the show this particular morning. It's been an excellent discussion, and you know I like interact with you. But in most cases, if anybody wants to join me on the panel, I do let them on so that you can get diversified opinions and not just listen to my opinion alone. Always good to also converse or discuss issues with other panelists so that we can dissect and analyze situations and come to a sensible conclusion. So I want to say thank you to all of you for finding the time to join the show this particular morning. We're getting closer and closer to 20,000 subscribers, and I can assure you we get to that to 20,000 subscribers soon. Hopefully, this month or the beginning of May. I hope so. And I cannot thank you guys enough. And this says, Kachila, your screen on the panel is of 4-3. I'm not sure I understand what you mean by that. Parma was a panic buy. Gusto should have been brought in for Potter in January. Both were due to shields. Brought in January when his club at the time didn't let him go. I think probably they agreed to sell him to us because we agreed that he finished the season with them. In the case of Parma, yeah, I like that panic signing if that's how you see it. And when we signed Parma, I didn't see him as a panic signing. I liked it. So thank you to all of you people. I appreciate you. I still think Dybala would do well for us, but decline is always a possibility. Yeah, chances are he wouldn't want to come to us. Chances are our Argentine contingent in the manager and Enzo Fernandez maybe can convince him to come join us. Yep, 4-3. Okay. Okay. I appreciate you all finding the time to join the show this particular morning. I want to say thank you to Namaya Forward, thank you to Mabas05, thank you to Supreme Quads, thank you to Mabas. I've said thank you to you already. Who else? Thank you to JC who was here, and thank you to Josh, my fellow American. I appreciate you joining. Thank you to Ziga Zaga. Appreciate you. Who else was here? And Rain. Rain was in the house, and of course, my bro, the Blue. To forget, I appreciate you all finding the time to join the show this particular morning. Ines Gimfi, all of you, Tamidayo, all of you, and if I miss your name, apologies. I'm only human. See you guys next time. God bless us all, and cheers.